Hello, and this video today is going to be on how to iron your number 4 shirt. Now the number 4 shirt, when you come into the summer and you're not wearing a jumper, it has to be pressed so there's no visible creases where there shouldn't be. So the way to iron your number 4 shirt is to break it down in stages. When you pick up the shirt, there are two sides. If I lay it flat on the ironing board, you've got the side with the buttons and the side without. One side, two side. These are really easy to iron. I'd start with the button side and then go on to the other side. Now the first thing you want to do, use the end of the ironing board as a guideline, and you want to put the top of the collar on the ironing board and lie the shirt out flat like so. Notice down this side here there is a sort of crease line, the seam of the shirt. That wants to be on the edge of the ironing board so you know you're not going onto the back of the shirt. Once it's all laid out flat, simply iron. Make sure you apply some pressure, go in between the buttons, on the pocket, at the top here, down the seam, and that's one part ironed. Nice and flat, no creases. Once it's ironed, repeat the exact same process with the other side. Putting the top of the collar into the ironing board. Oh, don't get that hand. Making sure the seam is on the edge of the ironing board. And then repeat the same process. This time there's no buttons to worry about, so you can iron straight down there. Pushing hard, getting rid of all the creases you don't need from where you've been sitting down. Over the pocket, up the top here. And that's the two main sides done. When you move on to the back of the shirt, once again, this time you're going to bring the collar up the ironing board, like so. Actually, we'll turn it around, do it this way. Put the collar at the end of the ironing board, and notice here how you got the back of the shirt. Now, notice here you've got two seam line creases. This in between there is the back of the shirt. Get your iron and go over. Make sure the back has no creases in it, especially when you tend to sit down. You'll get a lot of creases in there then, and you don't want those creases there. So once there's no creases in the back, it's nice and flat. Simply bring the shirt over a tiny little bit, and notice here you'll see the crease just start to show of where we stopped going onto the front. This little bit here in between that crease and this crease is the side of the shirt. Make sure you've ironed that as well. Do the exact same with the other side. Notice here we've got the seam at the back and the seam at the side, in between the middle, all those unwanted creases out. Once you've done the sides, back and front, we're going to move on to the collar. Do the collar, just unfold it, lay it flat on the ironing board and go over it. Make sure you iron the inside of the collar as well. Then once the collar's done, the last bit's to do with the sleeves. On the sleeves should have a crease, one crease going all the way down. And when you come to put this crease in, the crease starts in between the epaulette flap. So grab the middle of the epaulette flap, work your fingers along, like so, and notice on the cuff link just above it there's another crease line just like the trousers. That's where you want to have your crease. So from the centre of the shoulder all the way down, that's where you want your crease. Iron it in there. Go over the rest of the shirt so it's nice. Going down the crease, and once you take it off, you notice here you've got a nice crease going down one sleeve. Repeat the exact same process with the other sleeve. Once you've done, coat hanger, hang it up, do the buttons up, and you've got a nicely pressed number 4 shirt. So that's how to iron your number 4 shirt.